You're joining us at a pivotal time here at Mercedes. We've been top of the game for too long to settle for anything less now. With you here to lead us and a talented team at our backs, we're ready to reclaim our crown. In this area, you have a centralized view of what a team principal needs to keep track of. The board sets season objectives for the team to achieve. Reaching them will help keep confidence high, so be sure to familiarise yourself with what's expected. You'll want to keep an eye on the long-term objective for beyond this season as well. You'll always be able to see what the team's next race is from here, and how long you have left to prepare. Our next Grand Prix will be the first of the season. As it's your first day, though, there's nothing urgent for you to address. Feel free to explore more, or you can select continue and sign off for the day. Once you do, time will pass, but don't worry about missing anything. You'll automatically sign back in if an important event comes up. The board are the ones who set the expectations for the team. If they're confident in your leadership, you'll be fine. If they lose confidence in you, however, they might look to replace you. Don't forget to check in with the board often, and take note of their confidence levels, as well as the team's progress towards a greater rating. From here, you can see all the team's facilities, from the staff buildings to the car parts warehouse. You can build new facilities or, if the team has the time and money, upgrade our existing ones. Facilities affect all areas of our team's performance. Over time, facilities will degrade and become less effective, so keep an eye on their condition. When this happens, we'll need to look at refurbishing or even upgrading that facility to get back to maximum efficiency. We have an excellent scouting team, and their job is to scout potential new staff members for the team. You never know what hidden gem they might be able to uncover. It's not just the fastest car that makes a team the best in F1. It's the people doing the hard work behind the scenes. Manage your staff from here, from department heads to your pit crew, and keep up to date on their performance. Check here to see what your sporting director has planned for the pit crew. You can also come up with a detailed development plan of your own for them. After all, the pit crew are the ones who can save valuable seconds for our drivers. Let's introduce you to the team drivers. They're under contract with us for the season, and their professional development and race performance will make or break us as a team. Each driver has their own strengths, as well as areas to improve. These statistics will all affect different aspects of their driving ability. Any driver who participates in a race weekend is going to gain more experience and improve over time. You'll want to keep an eye on drivers' morale as the season progresses. The higher a driver's morale, the higher their performance for the team. A driver's morale will also affect their confidence on the track. Each race driver has an assigned race engineer who will communicate to the driver when they're in the cockpit. A driver and race engineer pairing with a higher affinity will work better together, especially important during a high-pressure race weekend. To ensure your team is developing as desired, you can set up a targeted development plan for any of your drivers. If you want to direct your staff to focus on specific areas of their development, you can do so here. Improving our cars is a constant process if we want to stay competitive against our rivals. New car parts are initially designed in-house by the team. They can then be manufactured and installed on either car. Each car part we design will impact different areas of a car's performance, but certain parts will have a greater impact than others. Focus on parts that improve weaknesses or will be good for upcoming races. Testing is also an important step in designing a new car part. Testing can be done through use of our wind tunnel or by using computational fluid dynamics, CFD as we call it. Your head of aerodynamics will email you a reminder when testing periods change. You can take a look at sponsorship performance targets here. Here we've got the performance targets for this coming weekend. If we meet these targets, we'll gain extra revenue. If we don't meet the target, it won't cost the team anything. Here's your inbox. Watch out for any email alerts. They appear when you've got an important email awaiting a response. You can direct the engineering team to focus on specific aerodynamic car parts each way extra. Designing aero. For each design project, the pit crew are a vital part of our team. Their reliability and speed can make a big difference to a race outcome. When they're back at HQ in between races, the pit crew can train to improve in different areas. The pit crew development plan will focus on a balanced training approach, but you can give them further instruction and focus on a specific area. The pit crew are always so busy training. You can access the team's training schedule through the calendar, and from there customize the current plan right down to a daily breakdown. Just bear in mind that as the pit crew's job, and therefore training, is very physical, they can become fatigued, and as a result, more prone to making mistakes. Remember, the constructor with the highest number of fastest pit stops will win the DHL Fastest Pit Stop Award at the end of the year. Once you're happy with the pit crew training schedule, make sure to confirm it.
Here we go, folks. F1 returns, starting here in Bahrain. As we start a brand new season, the slate is wiped clean, and all 20 drivers prepare to make an instant impact ahead of an exciting year. Bahrain might have a small land footprint, but it's showing its big spirit right now in the grandstands. Either way, it's time for another fantastic weekend of Grand Prix racing. Williams are taking a gamble this weekend on a new driver, but you have to ask, will it pay off? There's nothing like a race weekend in Formula One.
Welcome to your first race weekend with the team. A normal race weekend starts with 3 practice sessions, a knockout qualifying session, and then the race itself. Later in the season, we'll encounter some different formats, such as a sprint weekend. Once you're ready, we can move on. Over here's our race preparation area. This is where you can make any changes you need ahead of the upcoming practice session. The team will put together a run plan for the session, but you can review and make changes to it. Bear in mind that tyre usage during practice will impact what tyres will be available for qualifying and the race. Feel free to look at the run plan and the different options available. Then we can move on when you're ready. During race weekends, you can decide whether you want to manage the practice sessions yourself or whether to hand over control to your team. As it's your first race weekend, you should let the team handle the practice sessions. To help maximise our drivers' performance, the team and you, on future weekends, will have them work on 3 goals during practice: track acclimatisation, car parts knowledge, and car setup. Having your drivers progress towards these 3 goals will improve their preparation level, which will then affect their confidence across the whole race weekend. Whenever you manage practice yourself, use the time to experiment with the balance of the car and make sure you give the drivers long enough on track to feed back on their car setup.
Our weekend continues with qualifying, as the drivers fight it out for a strong grid position.
Drivers need to get into Q3 if they want to make the top half of the grid. With only 10 slots available, it's a fight nobody wants to lose.
As far as Carlos Sainz is concerned, Karun, how do you think he's doing?
We saw them set an impressive lap time in practice, so it's a great start as they move into qualifying. But as we all know, a good performance in practice doesn't guarantee success over the rest of the weekend.
And you're right. Well, it's nearly time for qualifying.
Right, time for qualifying. Our results here will determine where we start on the grid for Sunday's race. Qualifying takes place over 3 knockout rounds, and only the fastest drivers will advance each time. Same as practice, the team can handle qualifying for you if you like. Let's get you hands-on for this round though, just to make sure you're feeling confident before race day kicks off. Our drivers need to be setting their fastest possible lap times, so we can advance to the next period of qualifying. The slowest 5 cars will be sitting the rest of qualifying out. Right then, let's get a car out on the track for its first run and see how it goes.
Radio check.
Yeah, all good.
Loud and clear. Outlap critical.
Yeah, agree.
I know everything happens so fast over a race weekend, but if you need to catch your breath, you can pause for as long as you like. Of course, if things aren't moving fast enough for you, you can speed things up instead. The map view here gives you a good overview of the whole track and all the cars. Each car is also fitted with a number of onboard cameras, so you can view the race from different vantage points. Remember, you're managing 2 drivers throughout the session, so make sure to keep an eye on both of them. You can even watch from the driver's visor cam, which will really get you up close and personal with all the race action. Controlling pace here will help you manage a car's tyre temperature. Keep an eye on the tyre condition of both cars. Fuel commands instruct the driver on how to manage their car's fuel. Make sure to keep an eye on the Our driver has returned to the garage. Here you can see all the available tyre compounds for the weekend. You need to use at least 2 different compounds during a dry race. A driver's confidence level can be impacted throughout a driver with higher confidence will have an
It's all clear ahead. Good to go. Now we'll just have some PU cooling. Okay.
Radio check.
Yeah, radio's loud and clear.
Great! That's our first flying lap in the bank. Keep an eye on the stand-ins throughout the session to make sure we stay out of the elimination zone. When your flying laps are finished, the driver will automatically return to the garage.
And circuit's all clear. You're good to go. And avoid all curbs. Avoid all curbs.
Yep.
currently P11.
I'm trying, mate.
Box, and call the car.
Okay.
Make sure you stay on top of the PU calling.
Understood.
We'll focus on the brakes a bit.
Copy. Let's just focus on the outlap.
Understood.
Checkered flag is out.
We're through to Q2. Great work. In Q2, the fastest 15 cars from Q1 battle it out for only 10 places in Q3. Now let's push even harder for a place in Q3.
This is outlap normal.
Understood.
Just maximise that car cooling.
Yep.
So our circuit should be all clear. Good to go.
You can keep track of individual tyre wear and condition here. Each tyre compound has an optimal temperature range, during which the tyre and oversee powertrain parts. Aerodynamic parts can suffer damage of differing levels.
So keep that delta tight. Okay, let's cool the car and we'll box. careful with the warm-up.
Yep.
And circuits is all clear. Good to go. So P7. So box and call the car.
Understood.
Let's just focus on the outlap.
Okay.
So there will be bunching. Good to go. And avoid all curbs. Avoid all curbs.
Understood.
So we have taken the flag. P7. Copy, we are safe. You're doing a great job though. outlap normal.
Yep.
And should be all clear. Good to go. Currently a P1. So just confirming boxing and back into the garage.
Understood.
be careful with the warm-up.
Understood.
Good to go. So you're good to go. Yeah, currently P5. So call the car and we'll box.
Yep.
Let's just focus on the outlap.
Understood.
It's race day, with the teams and drivers ready and raring to go.
Bahrain has seen some of the most dramatic races in F1, like Sergio Perez's incredible 2020 victory, surging ahead from being last on the opening lap. There are a few clouds here tonight, but the sky remains mostly clear. Will it stay this way, or will the weather throw a spanner in the works?
But which team has perfected the strategy that will see them prevail here at the Bahrain Grand Prix?
A single set of tyres will wear down completely before the end of the race. So we're going to need to make at least one pit stop per driver to change tyres at some point. Don't forget, each pit stop taken will add time to that lap. So we need to think carefully about when to pit and why. You should consider setting a tyre strategy for each driver ahead of the race. We need to make sure we have a good plan for when we want the cars to pit. Every race weekend, the team will prepare some recommended strategies to choose from. Let's see what they suggest for this race. You can take a look over the different recommended strategies here. If you like the look of one of the team's suggestions, you can go ahead and select it now. If you think a different approach could work, you can make changes to any of the team strategies or even create one from scratch. We can always adapt our strategy during the race, so we can respond quickly to changing conditions and stay ahead of the pack. Once you're happy with one strategy, check.
Here in Sakir, the floodlights are on, and it's nearly time for 57 laps around the Bahrain International Circuit. We look now to Esteban Ocon, who's clearly ready and raring to go.
Ninth is a fairly good grid position. If they make the right calls, they could well score some points.
And it looks like we're good to go. And this is it, the Bahrain Grand Prix. It's lights out and away we go.
Just stay close to him.
If a driver needs an additional performance boost for a short time, they can adjust their ERS mode and use any battery charge they have. There are several ERS commands. Some will focus on deploying energy for additional pace, and others on harvesting energy for later use. If a driver is entering a battle situation where they might need the extra power for an overtake attempt or to defend against one, then you can direct them to deploy energy as they see fit through Battle Assist.
Push and hold, overtake.
Covering. So let's get after it. Yeah, copy. There's only so much I can do. And we can drop the lift and coast for now. We'll make it up later.
Yep.
Let's just work on getting that pack back up.
Okay.
reduce your speed.
Okay. DRS has been enabled. So currently P7. Stroll ahead. Ocon behind.
Yeah, I'm a sitting duck, man.
Let's just keep our heads down.
Let's push and get past him.
It always pays to talk tactics with the drivers. You can instruct them to respond to a number of different situations that might occur on the track. For example, when trying to overtake. This gives you more control over driver behaviour while allowing you to manage the level of risk they will take. There are several other unique situational tactics that drivers can also use, from avoiding dirty air to not battling with a teammate.
Okay, let's go for it.
Understood.
So just cool tyres down.
Yep.
Just show me what you've got then.
Yeah, copy.
If you want to review or adjust your race strategy, you can use Strategy View to do so. For a deeper understanding of how the race is playing out, it pays to keep an eye on the data view. As the race progresses, remember to keep an eye on your planned strategy. Use the strategy view to take a look at the plan, and as well as using the strategy view to check on each driver.
seem to be some grey clouds in the distance.
Don't forget that even if you have a strategy already set, you'll still need to let the driver know when to pit.
Drivers, keep up now.
Got every chance here. Just keep an eye on those temps.
Understood.
There are a number of events that can interrupt a session, mainly for safety reasons. These include a safety car or virtual safety car, also known as a VSC, which is used to slow the drivers down. If that's not enough, a red flag can be used to stop a session completely. When race events occur, they can provide excellent opportunities to make strategic changes. For example, some teams will choose to pit a car during a safety car event, effectively gaining a quicker pit stop.
Red flag.
Right, let's have a look as we go into turn 4. Dangerously close to each other. And you can see how the cars come together. Who was at fault? Well, there'll definitely be fingers being pointed. And while all that was happening, the crew in the garage could do nothing but watch on.
Here you can see all the tyre compounds available this weekend. When making any changes, just be sure you're considering both the condition and the compound of the selected tyre. If needed, you can also use a pit stop to replace the front wing. During the race, achieving a quick pit stop time is vital if your driver is to maintain their position on the track. Time things well, and they might even gain a place or two. However, mistakes can happen, resulting in some stops taking longer than anticipated.
All drivers have taken their positions again. Once more, they're ready to race. And it's lights out, and away we go.
Box.
Copy, box.
exit. Charge the pack.
Copy.
And if you could just give us tyre feedback.
Tyres are gone.
Yeah, Aoife. So box.
Yeah, stop.
There's a yellow flag now.
More box.
Yes, box.
And here we've got a yellow flag.
drop back a bit.
Yep.
Unfortunately, that ended up being a disastrous day for Lewis.
Having to retire early will no doubt be a bitter disappointment. But today is done, and it's all about looking forward.
And the Monegasque driver certainly proved his worth with a terrific drive today. And we've certainly kicked things off in style here at the Bahrain Grand Prix. And as proceedings start to wind down here, what will Mercedes have made of this result, Karun?
They'll be disappointed. Neither driver really shone here, it has to be said, and there's quite a bit of work to be done, but they'll be well aware of that.
And that is about that for this weekend's action here in Bahrain.
In the next round, we head to the shores of the Red Sea as Formula One returns to Jeddah for the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix.
If any aerodynamic parts will undergo an inspection following every race weekend. If an aero parts condition is too low, it will fail the inspection and need replacing. How many races an aero part can last for is dictated by its durability, which is determined during the design phase.